I'm Carla Corsi, real estate broker with Realty Enterprises. I get asked the same question time and time again when that hot conversation of pre-construction pops up. Why should I invest in pre-construction instead of just buying a resale property where I can just start collecting rent? Why would I want to tie up my funds for 2 to 5 years? Good questions. Investing in pre-construction is definitely a long-term investment vehicle, but it's probably one of the surest and safest ways to grow your money and where you have complete control over how you choose to manage it. From the day your purchase is firmed up, your investment starts appreciating in value. There is so much information out there about pre-construction versus other investment products and pre-construction versus resale. I'm going to touch a little bit about each of them, but to keep this video nice and short and on point, I'm going to stick with the advantages that Precon has and how this can be a profitable vehicle for you. First one is leveraging. We've heard so much about that. That refers to the borrowed funds that you're using to buy your condo, to purchase. Typically, you're paying 20% deposit. Depending on the builder, it could be a little bit less. And the bank will fund the remaining 80%. All the while, your investment is appreciating 100% of its value. You're giving 20%, you're making 100%. Not bad. The second one is real estate appreciation. Typically, if you're investing in the stock market or you're buying stocks, you have to pay 100% of the cost up front. And you're limited to what you get in return based on the amount that you put down, which in the real estate world is very different thanks to leveraging. You put down 20, but you're earning 100% of its worth. The third one, Tenant is covering your mortgage payments. Who doesn't want that? One of the biggest advantages is having a tenant pay your mortgage off and in many cases creating that positive monthly cash flow. In a pre-con situation, you actually have time to selectively find the best tenant, whereas in resale, this process may actually take a little bit longer and you're on the hook for your own mortgage. The bonus with pre-con is you actually don't have a mortgage for some time until the building is completed. Your cost to the builder, occupancy cost, phantom mortgage is actually a lot less than what you'd be paying if you actually had a mortgage in place. Fourth one, steady income without having to sell. Long-term growth is what we're after here. Rental pricing will always remain steady despite the shifts in the market. When you're determining what you're going to charge for rent, make sure you cover all your costs. Don't forget about the interest that's included in the mortgage. This will ensure that everything is completely covered. Best thing to do is set up your tenant as soon as you get possession, so you can actually start creating that passive income for 20 to 30% year after year. The fifth one is income that naturally keeps up with inflation. This is a major benefit to real estate. In your investment is always protected against inflation. You can always raise the rent strategically, of course, to keep up. And of course, that's what we want. But don't forget, your condo is also going up. 6, long-term financial stability and security. That's what we all want. The best time to get into Precon is obviously when it first launches. You put down your 20% over how many months it takes and you forget about it. Once it's ready, you start leasing it right away for the longest possible time. Appreciation usually slows down between 8 to 10 years, so you'll have to assess it at that point. 7, tax benefits. We like those. In Canada, only 50% of capital gains are taxable. Investing in real estate comes with a ton of tax advantages. A lot of costs, such as mortgage interest, property taxes, unit depreciation, can all be claimed, including the wear and tear of the property as a result of leasing out to a tenant. 8, the final and best one, you've got control and you make all the decisions. A single real estate investment can be worth so much more than any stock portfolio. Circling back to the difference between the real estate and the conventional products is that you have more leverage over your condo. The return on your mutual funds or stocks will always be based purely on the money you put in, where a condo appreciation is based on the property's total value. In terms of resale versus pre-con, resale values depreciate over time. Everybody wants shiny, they want new, they want modern finishes, they want the latest fancy amenities. Maintenance fees are a lot higher in resale. Another thing to consider is pre-con. You're buying in today's market value with future returns of getting paid back in those markets as well. Research, speak to a realtor who specializes both in pre-con and resale is so important before diving in. It's crucial that if you're thinking about which avenue to best take, that you fully understand all the components of pre-con investing. This will totally set the stage and foundation for you to make the best, most informed decisions, and in the end, which is going to bring you the highest return on your investment. This was super quick overview. If you want to chat a little more in depth about passive investing, I've done it before and I'm happy to share all the knowledge that I have to get you on your way. Connect with me.